Okay, Jake. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to download the folder from Google Drives for the website that I have, and how to open it in a browser and also in Dreamweaver if it doesn't work for you in a browser. So first, what you're going to want to do is obviously go to Google Drive, and I'll send the link to you in Facebook. I have it shared here, set up so that anyone with the link can see it. So what you're going to want to do is, you might not see something like this, I'm not sure, but you should see this right here. It's called ShareCon Google Drive, that one. Oh, I didn't move it. Anyway, so you're going to just do a right click on the ShareCon, right on the words, and then you're going to go to download. And you'll see something like this come up, and it says convert and download. Just leave everything as is right here. Make sure it's selected items. Make sure this says as is. It should be automatic there for you. And then you're just going to click download, and it'll start calculating it. And it's not a huge file, so it shouldn't take too long. But you're going to see it getting the files going here. And it'll say zipping complete. And if it doesn't bring up something like this, which you may not see with the Mac, I don't know how it shows up when you download a file. But if it doesn't work, you can always click there to start your download, right here where it says click here to start download, and it should bring it up. So you're going to download the file in a zip format, which I think you should be familiar with the Left 4 Dead 2 add-ons, because I believe those all come in a zip format. So what you're going to do is you're just going to save the file. So click OK. Again, yours is probably going to be different, but make sure you save it to somewhere where you know. I have a folder called This Just In. I'm sure you have one kind of like that too. So you save it to that area, and then I'm going to close this out because we don't need that right now. Minimize that. And then we're going to go to, on my computer here, and click on This Just In, and you'll see I have the ShareCon zip right here. And however you unzip it, this is how I do it. I just do right click and then extract files here for me, and it extracts the files, and it's all done. And here, now I just have to find it, and you'll see right here I have the ShareCon folder, and it's not in zip format anymore. So when you double click on the ShareCon folder, you're going to see all sorts of different things like this: backgrounds, CSS, JavaScript, pictures. Don't move any of these files in here or switch them around, especially with the backgrounds. Don't move the backgrounds to pictures, otherwise this index isn't going to, when you bring it up, it isn't going to show everything correctly. You won't see the backgrounds and that sort of thing because it's all linked to the separate folders in the actual coding of this index.html. So what we're going to want to do here is, the easiest thing probably for you to do is, you can bring it up in Dreamweaver, and I'll show you that in a second, but we're going to just click on this, oh yeah, whatever, okay. We're just going to click on this index.html, and for me, what happens is when I click on this, it will actually, I gotta double click, it'll bring up my Firefox, and it'll bring me right to the page. And as you can see, this is kind of just an example of the page I have set up in the file that I sent to you, the message I sent to you on Facebook. This is very, very, very basic. I haven't done any sort of detailing to it at all. As you can see, this stuff here is all in a different language, and this is just the main content that they had set up when I got the coding. And so that can all be changed and things added in there. But I just want to kind of show you some features of what I have here right now in the browser itself. Obviously, we got a picture here. This is the SheerCon picture right now. If you put your mouse over it, it won't link to anything right now, but as you can see, it's a clickable item, and so you can click on that and the logo and have it go to wherever you want. So we could have it, go to the home page or whatever. I have this set up right now, this menu here. As you can see, when I roll over the default example, it has like a little extra menu, and you can click on those items as well. This is something I was thinking of for the events section, or the game section, whatever you want to call it, where we can have the different game names in here, and then they can just click on the games, and that just pops up over that. It's not like a pop-down menu, but I thought that was a little bit nicer to have anyway, as it's just a little pop-up, and we can change the colors and the probably change the text on it. I haven't played around with it much. I just did it maybe like 20 minutes ago. But here we have the home, news, reads, blah blah blah. This obviously is tailored to SheerCon because I was doing that earlier. But I just use that for testing. But we can always change the different things here. And then we have the background of the sidebar here, which we can change. We can get rid of this border if we want to. We can add the border around the main content. Pretty much add the border around any of the different boxes that you see here. With the background, we can make that opaque, or we can we can change the opacity of it. We can make it look like the background for the content. We can make it kind of invisible for the content, however you or he really wants to do it. This is a background that I have. We don't have to necessarily use it. What we can do as well, so we can take the background and we can we should be able to, we can pretty much do anything with this. Like on the background on the sides over here, we can have this be all gray and this be all gray, and then have the content, the sidebar background here can be just this little grid layout. We can pretty much customize it and stylize it to whatever we want. Down here I have the main links for, this again is not fully done yet, so I don't have everything down there, but just playing around with it, kind of making sure I can get the spacing and finding out where everything is. But it's kind of even between each of these, and it might not be exactly in the middle. I'll have to play around with the spacing on it a little bit. And then I was thinking of making this bar down here black, just because black on white text rather than green. I just have it green so that you can see everything that lines up, and I had it green when I was lining it up and didn't change it. And then up here, in the header, we can add something different. We can put the name of the page if we want. We could probably swipe this in half. Swipe this in half so that just the this little gray bar is over the content and not over the sidebar, like I kind of have it down here. We can do that if we want. I think it looks a little bit nicer like this, but I don't know, whatever we want. And I did figure out how to do a GIF image in Photoshop, and we can kind of have it go through the different pictures on the main website or something if we want, like have a little film strip. But yeah, we can do that with a fade in, fade out, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have at the moment. Again, we can also kind of move this content around if we want. If we want to put it to the left side, I put it in the middle just because it seems to fit a little bit nicer in the middle. And I don't know, that's pretty much all that I have. Like, we can move the sidebar over to the very side of this here, and stretch the content way out if we want. I don't know, I think where it's at right now looks kind of nice, but yeah, so give me a couple pointers of what you think, or anything that we may want to change. And what I'm going to show you now here is, let me close out of this, minimize this browser here, and then I'll show you how to open it in Dreamweaver. What I can do, you might not be able to do this on Macs, is if you right click on the index HTML, and then I have in Windows a place that says open with, and I can open it with different programs. So I can open it with the Dreamweaver. If I click on that, that'll open Dreamweaver. But I'm going to show you how to actually open it with Dreamweaver from just opening Dreamweaver. So let me start up Dreamweaver here. Give it just a minute. It might be kind of slow because of my I'm running the cam thing here. Okay, so this is the main place with the Dreamweaver where it comes through. And just to make it easy for yourself to open the actual file and see it in Dreamweaver, just go File, do an Open, and then navigate to wherever you saved the file at. So mine, I saved it in, I'm just going to click on the desktop. I saved it in this just in, that one, and then you just locate the SheerCon folder right here, double click that, and then just click on the index HTML and then open, and that will open it up. And it might look a little bit weird here. You can change the different views and things here. So like that, that'll bring it a little bit closer, do something like that. It's, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but the one thing that it looks kind of strange, but if you actually click on live, then it kind of formats it so you can see it in the in the actual browser format, what it's going to look like. And if you actually want to preview it in browsers that you have on your machine, and I don't know if this will work again with Mac, but this little world thing here, it's a preview, debug, and browser. So if you click on that, I have a drop down where it shows me a whole bunch of different things. So I can preview it in Firefox, which we were just seeing. And if I want, I can preview it in Chrome, because I have Chrome on my machine as well. And this is just a way that you can see what it looks like in different browsers, because sometimes browsers have differences between them and how they show formats and everything. Oh, look at that. That's you. Anyway, so yeah, that's one thing that's kind of nice where I always look at that. And then if you do the split, you have the code on this side and then the design on this side. And basically the code and stuff you can change. What I'm learning is that up here in the style area, let me see if I can highlight it here. It goes from style, and you'll be able to kind of see this too. Let's see here. Basically, from around like number 39 here, line 30. This is called line 39, and this is where all the style stuff starts. And so that's basically it's called the CSS file, or a style, whatever you want to call it. You can make it a CSS file alone without the HTML. But that's basically setting the parameters of the design of the site. And so let's see, that's coming up again. Get that out of here. So I can take you through another video on this specifically with the code and stuff if you want. It's a little bit crazy to understand and not always the easiest, unless you know, a little bit about code. But there is a website that I'll send to you too, where it explains CSS files and the formatting and what all this code means, and it gives like a little bit of a breakdown on HTML, and it's really simple to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. I just kind of wanted to show you how to download the file and open it so that you could kind of see what was going on. Like I said, if you can send me information or whatever you have, that way I can kind of format it and start to work around, play around with the things and kind of move things around and try and set up some CSS file and make it nice for DJ. But yeah, other than that, if you have questions, just let me know. All right, peace.